In this OrCAD capture video, we'll provide a quick overview of OrCAD's data management features, which allows users to harness the power of cloud-based technology to enhance collaboration and streamline the PCB design process. Managing and backing up growing design data and PCB libraries can be tricky. For small teams, this often means extra hardware or third-party subscriptions, raising costs and complicating workflows with added dependencies. The OrCAD Cloud Platform solves these challenges with dedicated cloud workspaces for each user, ensuring secure, accessible, and easy to manage data on a user-friendly platform. Launch the File Manager utility to access your own Workspace cloud data. You can create design or CAD data directly in your workspace. If there's any existing data on your local disk, you can migrate it directly to the My Workspace and then open the design directly from your cloud workspace. The My Workspace data is also locally cached on the user's disk and is always synced to your cloud account. No matter which system you use or where it is located, you can log on and the data is always available without any additional setup like we see in here. Next, the library database. Creating or building a library database usually requires external tools to build component records. Once the library database gets created, adding or updating the component record means updating the entire database. Using OrCAD Cloud Platform, you can build the library database within OrCAD Capture directly on the cloud. Launch the Component Explorer, select My Workspace, and start creating components instantly by adding metadata for the part and using the CAD files that are already synced to your cloud account. You can also organize your components by creating categories to catalog them effectively. These categories make it easier to create new parts. For example, a category can come with pre-filled data. To use it, simply select the category node and click on the New Component menu. This will generate a pre-seeded template that you can customize to create a new component record. Components can also be created from the parts already available in search providers' libraries. Here we will select a component from Ultra Librarian, right-click, and click Add to Library to bring up the component dialog and save the component. Now the library database is ready, we'll simulate our design present on our local workspace. Once the simulation is complete, all the analysis results will get synced with your cloud account. The locally cached data on disk can be accessed at any time. OrCAD gives users the control of the file types which get synced with the cloud. For example, the simulation results generated has many files, but only the essential data gets synced to the cloud. Now, if the user wants to share this with team members or external partners, the typical use flow in a small organization would be to share the data over emails or file sharing utilities. These methods are not only unsafe, but may lead to security issues where the data can be accessed by someone else. Also, there's no traceability of what changes are being done in the content, and the content shared by other users. OrCAD now provides the ability to create team workspaces to share and collaborate with team members. No matter where your team is located, you can create team workspaces. Based on privileges, team members can share design and library content. Launch the Workspace Creation dialog and click Add Workspace to add a new workspace. Specify a name for the workspace and a description. The shared workspace can be created for both external and internal users with support for data residency as per compliance with certain regions where your team members are located. Once the shared workspace is added, Users can add members to it and control access privileges to specify who can access what. Designers and librarians can come together in the shared workspace to collaborate on a design or to build the team library. For example, after the schematic designer completes the schematic and analysis, they can share the design with team members to begin creating its layout. The content from My Workspace is shared to a team workspace using the Publish dialog, where users can specify the revision type and add comments about the change. Once published, the design appears in the shared workspace with a revision number and the associated comments. Now, when the layout designer opens the shared workspace, they would see the same content in their workspace. And then the layout designer can then copy the design to their local workspace and start creating the layout. Once the layout is ready, the generated layout file also gets synced to the cloud. The layout designer can then publish the content back to the shared workspace with updated contents and revisions. The other team members will also see the new layout file at their end. The shared workspace also maintains revisions of each file shared. Each revision of these files can be viewed from the History section on the right side panel. To retrieve or reuse a particular revision or delete a revision, select the revision of choice and then right-click and click the appropriate menu. Once the PCB design is complete, there's often a need to get it reviewed or share it with the external partners for early feedback. This may require sharing the complete design file with read-only settings, or the reviewer installing dedicated viewer software on their system. The OrCAD X Cloud platform simplifies the process with a dedicated dashboard and web-based viewer. To add an external reviewer, configure the workspace, add the user, and they can review the design directly in their web browser after logging in. Users can perform functions like zooming, viewing object properties, and attributes. The property panel updates automatically based on the selected object. Go to the Markup section to review comments and markups from others. Users can add new comments with markup by clicking New Comment and selecting the target object. If you have a layout associated with your design, you can click the PCB slider above to view the PCB layout. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below in the comment section.